Alright, you saw the title. I have a crippling addiction to grow a garden, which probably is stated by the amount of plants that are here. And watch this. This is my garden now. So much has changed. But anyway, all I wanted to talk about in this video is just like grow a garden, bro. Like, it's such a very well addicting game, and I feel like I found parts of why, right? Like, first of all, let's go to this bee event thing, right? So basically how this bee event works is like you get honey, right? By giving them these pollinated plants. And now you have to wait for like 3 minutes for the honey to compress, right? And what happens here is that the player has to stay here for like a few minutes because they don't feel incentivized to leave the game and then come back because it's such short amount of time. It's giving them like the illusion of like a little bit of time, only a little bit of time is going to be spent doing this. So as a result, they're going to play more and more, which is a very good money making move. Even if I don't personally like how this approach works, like, I can't help but like respect the grind. Also, that's literally my first high fruit seed of this entire event. What is this game's odds? But basically, with this event, it just like makes it so much more incentivized for people to literally stay on this game for hours and hours a day, even though it's low key not really that productive. And also with all the new gear thing, this changes every 5 minutes real time. All you have to do is time that shit. Like every time the clock strikes and the last digit is either a 0 or 5, you know you need to pull up to the game because all the stock is gonna refresh, and that's just how it always works. And then also with the B event specifically, and this also applies to the moon event that just ended, every new hour, like at the start of every hour, some cool event happens, and that's how people join because they have an incentive to do the event well and all that. So that's why more players comes at the start of hour, and then they eventually get sucked into the B thing, and then now we just have them stuck in the game. And then finally, the grow offline thing is actually pretty cool, right? It actually reminds me of like Clash and Clans in that respect, but there's no like pay to win shit. At least I believe actually you can technically get this, but at the same time there's a steal feature that's like a fraction of the price, so you don't really have an incentive to buy any of the seeds directly anymore. You can just become rich off of being an asshole and ruining someone's happiness for like a few days. So yeah, there's just a lot of things that will incentivize players to like play this game for forever, right? And I'm no exception. I have a crippling addiction to this game and probably should do more with my life, like, making content. But, at least I have the excuse of having final season. There's just people who've been out of school for like weeks and they've been doing jack shit with their lives probably besides this game. Also, this moon mango looks big as fuck. What is this? Like, oh my god, this is big. Yeah, this is why I also like this game, because there's size variations in the fruits, and what happens is that sometimes the fruits grow ridiculously large, uncharacteristically large by the way. Like, there's no realistic chance this shit happens in real life, but the fact that it happens here is an incentive for people to keep playing, right? Because they have all the big sizes, and then they can develop the fruits with like mutations. Like, look at how this tall ass bamboo's like yellow, that's the pollination one. Look at how this one's a little block of ice, this is just a frozen event. Like, there's a lot of things that just makes this game so addicting for like, honestly, many audiences. Obviously the young audience, but I wouldn't be surprised if there were like older audiences that were really addicted to this game, especially since there's Discord servers that are literally meant just to keep track of stocks. And what I mean by stocks is like the seeds and the gear, which just makes it even more incentivized for people to be an addict. Obviously, none of this is in a pay to win way, which is actually pretty impressive when you think about it. Like, a lot of this does run on pay to win, Like a lot of other games like this can run on pay to win, but the fact that this game is relatively like free to play, honestly, it is pretty impressive, right? Also, let me get my blueberries because we gotta do our quest, guys. And we also need to fill up our inventory because we already did everything. Look at me being an inspiration. But overall, there's just a billion factors that just make this game like so easy to just get sucked into. And I would probably emphasize this like as well. It's like it probably is even more appealing to a younger audience more than anything. Like obviously an older audience like me can get into this game pretty hard, but it's the younger audiences, bro. They're even more likely to fall for this stuff. And they're also more likely to actually spend Robux on this game, which is hilarious. I mean, personally, I have, but that's mainly because content calls. But they're just spending it for the love of the game, bro. Also, I just realized I had the music on the whole video and not on my track on my like music track on OBS. So if you have that on your video, then too bad. I don't really care. This is the second channel video anyway. But also like this like game is just fucking ridiculous stat wise. Like I saw like some stats, it had like 10 million concurrent players, and I'm like, Roblox can handle that because like in 2021 or so, like whenever like Adopt Me was popular, I remember like them like nearly breaking like 1 million players, and Roblox was just like breaking down. It was like having like a brain aneurysm just because they had so much success. And I can't wait for Roblox to take like so many like spikes in their like revenue from this game alone. Like 20 million players on a single game is fucking ridiculous. It might be more so like 10, 11 million, but like the stats like call for themselves. Like I haven't seen this game drop below 1 million concurrent players in like a week. And it's because of all those factors that I talked about in this video. Like it's just so easy to get stuck and addicted to this game. Especially now it's summertime, it's just so much easier because none of like the children audiences have anything to do because they don't have to study for school. They can just play Grow in a Garden all day. And hell, you can even say that this game has actual real life consequences. Maybe one kid from this game can actually grow a garden in real life. Maybe this game is one big ploy to convince the world that global warming isn't good. That'd be crazy. That'd be the craziest plot twist from all this. Like some Roblox game saves the world. Yeah, fat chance, guys. Also, speaking of this game, I'm just trying to get my blueberries. Come on, I'm just trying to like finish my quest for the day, guys. I'm trying to get my free seed packs. Oh my gosh. Okay, it's 5, right? Yup, 5. And then we also need to grab our watermelon. I mean, my dragon fruit, which is even easier. Like, these things, like, all these little tasks just make the game, like, so much easier to, like, just know life for hours at a time. And granted, I don't think I've ever played this game longer than, like, 40 minutes at a time, but that doesn't matter. Like, the idea is you're playing this multiple times a day because of the grow offline feature, you don't have to feel scared of keeping this game on. Like you can just do whatever with your day, play another Roblox game or something, come back and they still get playtime off of you, which is probably why this game's so wildly popular. Only unfortunate thing about like this entire like game is I'm pretty sure I've heard rumors of the developers of the game not being good people, which might be a sign for me to quit the game, but we'll see what happens with that. Either way, the game is objectively like decent. Also, I clicked the wrong tab. Like either way, the game is like actually decent. Like, and I don't mean that lightly. Like, it's a genuinely like solid game with even more addicting details, right? And let's go do this. We got a peach hype, and then another peach hype. Yeah, I'll take that. Like overall, like this game is very like well put together. Whether we like it or not, like we just have to deal with that reality. And with that, that's pretty much all I have on Grow a Garden. Like, obviously, I'll probably make a little bit of content about Grow a Garden, mainly probably stealing and whatever. Like, there's a lot of things I could do, especially with this pollinator plus wet plus shock grape. But overall, like, solid game. Like, I have no problems with it unless the developers come out to be like assholes, then I'll probably stop playing it. But I think it'll, like, no matter what happens, this is gonna be a very historic game on Roblox. It's gonna usher in a whole new era for sure. There's no chance it doesn't like change the Roblox game forever. I can guarantee you that. Anyways, that's the video today. If you want more yapping videos like this, then feel free to hit the subscribe button and all that. Anyways, bye.